Welcome back to PR After Hours. I'm your host, Alex Greenwood, bringing you your weekly cocktail of PR and marketing tips that will help you and your business. Hello, listeners. It's me, Alex, from PR After Hours. I hope you're enjoying the show so far. And I wanted to talk to you just for a moment about the way I get this show right into your earbuds every week. It's because I use Anchor FM. Now, I've told you previously that I've been podcasting since 2006, back when we used stone knives and bear skins and a couple of Dixie cups and string. Anchor FM has really streamlined this and made it simpler for people who don't know the first thing about setting up a podcast or don't have, time to learn all the pro tools and stuff, because it's all right here. First thing it's important to know is it's free. There are certain tools that will allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will then distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. That's huge. Distribution is a big pain in the butt, to be honest with you, so it's really great Anchor FM can do that for you, and you're not paying hosting fees. That adds up every month. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place, so download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started, and be sure to join me in the virtual cocktail lounge on PR After Hours. Brands across sectors are being tested like never before amid a soft and in some cases non-existent sales environment due to the pandemic. The impact is industry agnostic, and while some feel the pain more than others, many marketers are struggling to find the most appropriate way to communicate. That's where this new study on marketers' approach to brand relevance comes in from 360 PR. They were happy and kind enough to share it with me, and I'd like to share it with you. They were talking about this survey, the new research at least, that offers insights into how marketing leaders define and measure relevance, as well as challenges and solutions for ratcheting up that relevance. So in early March, just as news about the coronavirus began to pervade their daily lives, 360 PR Plus engaged the Engine Group, formerly Opinion Research Corporation, to survey 300 senior marketing executives, gauging their opinions of their and their brand's relevance. And there's just a few key points here I thought I would share with you down and dirty here on the PR After Hours virtual lounge. So get comfortable on your bar stool here, and I will refresh your drink, and we'll go through some of these, okay? Adaptability is key. They say that a dominating theme that surfaced from their research was adaptability. Respondents were clear that the ability to adapt, regardless of the circumstances, is undeniably critical to sustaining relevance. As one respondent stated, quote, "The brand that is open to consistent change with the culture and environmental needs of the times is the one that clearly demonstrates relevance." Makes sense. Relatability, interest, and awareness are top terms associated with relevance. So brands that have created relatable content and an experience that motivates customers to remain brand loyal are the ones winning the fight for relevance, explained a marketing leader who participated. Makes sense. They're looking here. Positive customer feedback and reviews is the number one measure of relevance for food and bev, 67%, and health and wellness, 48%. Those brands. That makes a lot of sense. Health and wellness scored 19%, and technology 16% of brands that are the most likely to plan to create more custom branded content for own channels in 2020 to sustain and increase their relevance. Now, better targeting is favored as a way of increasing relevance by brands across a variety of sectors, including automotive, that's at 43%, travel 30%, food and bev 22%, entertainment 22%, and finance 17%. Yeah, and interesting things about entertainment, just as an aside, as of this recording, AMC Theater is the largest theater chain in the United States, and therefore one of the largest in the world, may very well be out of existence in a matter of weeks due to they have this incredible debt load already, and then here comes the pandemic to effectively close all theaters for what will likely be months. And that's sad for me. I have friends who work there, and but I also have to weigh that with I don't know when I'm going to feel comfortable being in a big room full of strangers anytime soon, right? So it's as an aside. Respondents working in finance, 40%, fashion, also 40%, and food and bev, 39%, are the most likely to rank their business or brand as a 10, completely relevant, on a scale of 1 to 10. Isn't that interesting? Limited resources, 16%, competition from other brands, just under that, raising awareness, just under that, and trying to be all things to all people are the biggest barriers brands face when trying to achieve relevance. So there's just some fascinating stuff here. Many marketers said that active listening to customers on social media, for example, and better targeting are keys to increasing relevance in 2020. The brands I consider most relevant are always seeking out the customer feedback and seeking ways to improve, commented one marketing executive. Now, this is one last bit here. Another relevance building strategy emphasized by health and wellness and technology marketers includes creating more content for their own channels. We've seen brands in those two sectors and others do just that over the past month, providing increased access to their content and expertise, in some cases at no charge. For example, America's Test Kitchen took the paywall down 2 weeks ago for their Kids Chef Club site to give parents content to cooking with kids while they're home, as well as providing free access to 50 of their top recipes. That is a goldmine. To meet customer demand, Trek Bicycle launched free home delivery throughout the continental United States for online bike orders through May 1st, giving new and existing riders better access to cycling during the COVID-19 pandemic. Amid the backdrop of COVID, marketing doesn't stop, but it must evolve. And as 360 PR Plus says, now more than ever, brands should be present in customers' lives, even if their business has dramatically shifted. Their relationship with loyal customers and ultimately their relevance in the marketplace depends on that. And that's from Aaron Weinberg, General Manager of 360's New York office. I'm going to put a link in the show notes so you can look at the graphic here and learn a lot more. I just thought this was at the very least, reaffirming to me. You know, we've talked in the past few episodes about what not to do and things to do to avoid damaging your brand during the coronavirus pandemic, which is not going away anytime soon, sadly. But we talked about things that brands should not do in a desperate mood to try to glom onto the news cycle. You know, don't try to throw a bunch of stuff at the media in particular, or even out on social media to make it look like, you're a vital part of fighting the pandemic if you're not. And if your story doesn't align with what's going on in the news cycle, it's just not a good idea. So we talked a lot about that. So what I like about this thing we're talking about here for this study is defining the brand relevance things you need to do to continue to do that. And what I'm hearing is you're going to create content, but the thing I just have to caution everybody about, of course, is to marketers and to PR people, is make sure that content aligns well with your values, aligns well with your community values, with your customer values, and make sure that you're not trying, as I always say, put that square peg in a round hole. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks so much for joining me. Don't forget to check the show notes for lots of ways you can support the show or connect with me or record a message. I'd love to hear from you. But I got to wipe down this bar with some kind of disinfectant and alcohol spray or something. Maybe I'll do it twice. But sorry for the bad joke, folks, but we got to laugh a little bit here and there. And I appreciate you listening, and I hope you'll join me next time here in the virtual lounge of PR After Hours.